everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So I have two more of Chille's shorts that he's recently made. The first one is he ran into the cop that he had an interaction with when he got this the citation for driving with his phone in his hand when he was recording. And, he sat there and he belittled and was condescending and everything to the one cop who pretty much put Chille in his place by ignoring all of his digs and insults. And then the second one is just Chille being Chille, acting like an idiot, thinking that he is something special when he's not. It's just, like I said, Chille being Chille. Hope you enjoy the video. So in this first one, we have Chille acting like an idiot, like he always acts. He has zero common sense, no respect for anybody, not even himself. And he thinks that the tougher he talks, the tougher he looks. But we all know that every time he behaves this way in front of a police officer, what they're really thinking is, why is this unhinged mental patient doing out of the hospital and on the street? We'd all love to know the same thing.
Hey, my buddy. Hey, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Good to see you.
You too.
Dude, you look like this is Gronkowski. How you doing, man?
Oh, good. How you doing?
Dude, the next day, a couple days later, they arrested me, and now I'm suing your department.
Seriously, if somebody laughed in my face that close like that, I would have slapped them. I don't know where he thinks this stuff is okay, but it's not. Don't laugh in somebody's face that close to their face, especially when you're that high, and you're that unhinged and mental.
Officer Bolden, 171. Yeah, Bolden, B-O-L-D.
What position did you play in football? What position did you play? Did you play linebacker?
I didn't play linebacker.
Did you play? No, you played O-line.
But I didn't
D-line.
Maybe I didn't play football.
Because here's what it is. Just so you guys know, I play football too.
I played soccer.
When you get on the line, it's one man versus another man, and this guy still has that mentality. I'm not saying he's not a brute.
Oh my God. First of all, nobody cares that you've sued their department. You're going to lose anyway. And second of all, Chille, you don't play football. Come on. At most, you probably played tag football in high school, but yeah. And you sure as hell don't play football now. You're way too chubby. You might want to work better on that fasting that you're doing, because it would seem like you're putting on more weight when you're supposed to be losing the weight.
Dude, this guy would be one hell of a real fist fight if you actually tried to fist fight this giant. I think you're past your prime and you're a wuss. You won't do it. Put the treasure cuffs on. Prime.
Who is actually past their prime and a wuss? That would be you, Chille. You are way past your prime. And you have been a wuss your entire life.
Put your treasure cuffs on. What do you think about right? Challenge your ego right there. Oh, you see his jaw? Like you were doing rails, bro. The jaw started to go, bro. I bet you'd be a blast to party with if you weren't tired.
Like, who behaves this way? Who walks up to another human being and behaves this way? The way he laughs, the things that he does, the sounds that he makes, his body language and his behavior alone. I would be scared if I encountered him in person. Not because he thinks he's tough or because he is tough. No, he's a wuss. I could kick his butt. It's his mentality. I would be afraid that at any second he would snap and end up on top of a school building taking target at people like at Kent State. That is the type of person that Chille is. Any moment he's going to snap. It's a mixture between immaturity, lack of manhood, drugs, and mental illness. That's what scares him. That's what makes him scary. Those things right there is what makes Chille scary. And then we've got this short, which is It's obvious he doesn't think before he speaks. It is obvious that his brain is way too slow for the words to go from his head to his mouth quickly. So because that doesn't happen for him, anything comes out of his mouth. And that's just not something you want to have happen. Especially when you're high, every time you have an interaction with somebody.
Way to go. Congratulations. Congratulations, men. You have picked a fine career. You know, in 100 years, you'll not go down in history as Nazis. That won't happen. You will not go down as Nazis, I promise. You'll go down as oppressors and jailers and executioners and all that stuff. But, you know what I'm saying? Good job, guys, though. Good life choice.
Well, let me ask you a question, Chille. What are you going to go down in history as? In the next 100 years, you'll be like long gone, thankfully. We will all be. Nobody wants to live to be 150 years old, but in 100 years, what will you be remembered for? Not much, really. If anybody even remembers you at all by then. But let's say somebody did remember you, or somebody wrote about you, and I'm talking just one person. You're definitely not going to go down in history as anybody special, and you're not going to go down in history at all. You'll be long forgotten after you're gone pretty quickly. But you would be remembered as the sociopath, junkie, with zero education and zero intelligence, who's unhinged and mentally deranged, walking around the streets, harassing police officers and regular citizens. That's what you would be remembered for if anybody did remember you, even after the day you passed away. So who are you to even claim that they could be remembered as Nazis and executioners and all this other crap that you keep throwing out of your mouth? I've never seen somebody so jealous of police as you are. You are so jealous of police. Like, that's why people do what you do. When people go after police like that, and they have nothing but insults and yell at them and scream at them and belittle them, but consistently bring up that they have a job and that they're working and all this other stuff, it just proves that you're jealous. You cannot stand the fact that the police academy would not take you. So please let us all know. We do want to know this. Was it the mentality, the mental part of the exam, or the drug part of the exam that you could not pass? Or was it both? Could you not pass the mental part and the drug screening? Or was it one or the other? I'm thinking it was both of them. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think it is. Whether he failed the mental exam or he failed his drug testing. I say both.
Good life. You know, there's a lot of things you could choose to do with life, but you chose to do this. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. You really can't do anything else. You don't have any other skills. I mean, what else could you do?
Says the man-child who constantly goes on camera throwing a fit, whining, and having a tantrum. I mean, come on, Chille. You could have chose a better path in life, but you chose this. And you're not even good at this. You, on the other hand, have zero talent. You've shown no talent. You've shown no use. No worth. Like, is there anything you can do well? Because I've been watching you for a year now, and I have yet to see one thing. Well, okay. I take that back. You're very good at lying, and you're extremely good at manipulating. You're even better at being a fraud. So maybe you do have at least 3 talents.
What else could be your job? Could you be a carpenter? I'm just wondering. Could you be a woodworker? A painter? I'm just wondering, what else could you do? You probably couldn't do anything. Or you would do something else, because this is a crap job, bro. Crap job. Way to ruin someone's life, boys. Good job. He's going to the dungeon. Way to back him up. Get him.
You talk about how they have a crap job, but Chille, what job do you have? Oh, that's right, you don't work. You haven't worked in forever. You tried to be an actor. You couldn't even hack that. You were what, the Black Power Ranger for 1 week before they started filming? Like, what was it? Something about sexually harassing the Pink Power Ranger? I can't remember if that was the actual reason or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was it. But you couldn't even be a Power Ranger, where most of the time your face is hidden. You couldn't even hack it as a Power Ranger. And then you couldn't even get any other acting gigs, like, because you suck. You're a failed actor, a failed Power Ranger. Everything you do, you fail at. Every lawsuit you put out, you lose. And you want to talk to them about having a crappy job? Someone who doesn't have a job should not talk shit about somebody else's job.
In there, boys. Lock them up. Lock them up, Captain. Lock them up, bro. It's your job. Lock them up. Way to go.
Well, too bad they didn't lock you up, because that's where you need to be, is in an insane asylum. They need to lock you in there. They need to not just hide the key, but they need to burn that damn thing and bury it like 12 feet in the ground. And then hopefully the rain will push it down even further so that nobody can find that key to let you out. The streets in the world would be a better place if Chille was removed from the streets. If Chille could no longer walk around with his phone stuck to his face, well, technically one phone stuck to his face, the other one stuck looking at it, then yes, this world would be a better place. And so this is another one of Chille's where he's talking to a cop about dungeons and torture cuffs and sounding like the ignorant man-child that he truly is.
I just talked to a cop a second ago, and he said you guys have discretion. You guys can decide if you're going to arrest somebody or not. Is that true?
This officer's primary, so I have no clue what he's getting arrested for, sir. So, discretion depends on what type of crime it is.
Right.
It depends on what you're... Okay?
Now, see, this officer just said it so clearly and so perfectly. The discretion is up to the type of crime it is. According to Chille, it doesn't matter what crime it is. A police officer should decide not to arrest you. So in other words, you could murder somebody, rape somebody, kidnap somebody, beat somebody up your wife, rob a bank. It doesn't matter. To Chille, you shouldn't be arrested. And if you are, they should leave the handcuffs off of you and then trust that you won't run away. That's Chille's whole description of what a peace officer should be like. And I say peace officer because that's what he says they should be called. Not law enforcement, not police officers, but a peace officer. Meaning you should be able to get away with whatever crime you wish to do. That's just Chille's take on it. However, in reality, which is somewhere Chille does not live, is if you've done something that breaks the law, then you're going to be arrested. That's just a simple fact. That's not an opinion. It is a fact that if you break the law, you will be arrested.
Certain crimes are mandatory. That's part of our department policy.
You know, when you take someone away to jail, you know, when you take someone away to the dungeon, it's the worst day of their year, if not the worst day of their life. So I'm just curious as to...
Chille, it's not a freaking dungeon. We don't live in the medieval ages, okay? It is a jail. A jail. Or a prison. Or just a cell. It is not a dungeon. I don't know who let him make these words up for these purposes, but whoever it was needs to be slapped. Because it's just ignorant. It's pure ignorance for him to literally say that we get kidnapped and then we get torture cuffed and then taken to a dungeon, or as he likes to also call it, a rape cage. All are false. Everything he says, everything that comes out of his mouth is a fabrication or a straight up lie.
You know, the reasons why people have to be drug away. You have to be cuffed, you have to be treated like you're trash, and then you have to be taken to a dungeon.
Well, unfortunately, our laws and policies dictate
Your policies. Right.
law and policy.
So then it would take an executive in charge to change the policies, right?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, and that's never going to be you, Chille. You will never be a governor. You will never be anything other than what you are right now, which is a homeless junkie living in somebody's van, not yours, and leeching off of everybody that he knows in person. What's sad is, I think another reason why he talks to police so often is because nobody in their right mind in real life wants to spend any time with this loser talking to him or having a halfway conversation. Let's face it, Chille does not know how to have a conversation. He figures that if you stop a police officer, they have to be nice and carry on a conversation with you. Yes, in a way they're going to, because they feel like they do work with the public and all this other stuff. So yeah, it's polite to stop and have a conversation from time to time. But the only reason Chille wants to have a conversation with a cop is because he is absolutely lonely. Nobody wants to have a conversation with him. Nobody wants to spend time with him. Nobody in their right mind wants to be in his vicinity at all. Okay, and the last short that I want to show today just makes me sick. Absolutely makes me sick. But what doesn't make me sick when it comes to Chille or Jeremiah?
Let me,
she's on.
what's that?
And that's Chille.
That's Chille. That's the guy.
Chille.
He's got daddy out.
That's the guy that got daddy out in the middle of the night. Thank you. I promised her last
She
night.
cried when I walked in when she was asleep, and my mom laying in the bed. I walked in and touched her. She woke up, jumped up, grabbed me, and started crying.
Yeah, I think he promised her that we would get daddy out and bring him home.
Here's the problem, though, is these two druggies put their 5-year-old daughter in the middle of everything. They take her frauditing with them. They do everything, including getting arrested constantly in front of their daughter. They teach their daughter to hate the police. So, of course, when the police show up, then she's going to constantly yell obscenities at them and act her age, which is, well, her age. Unfortunately, Chille also acts her age. But, yeah, I'm not going to get into that right now. We already know that. What I find disgusting about this is, even though this little girl's on camera with Chille, he could care less. He could care less about this child. If it doesn't revolve around him, then he doesn't care. And I think Jeremiah and his wife figured that out. And so that's why when she was talking to Chille, and they could see that Chille was losing interest, they decided to start talking him up. He's the one that got daddy out, blah, blah, blah. Why? Other than criminals will always be connected in some way, it's like the only ones that they're able to talk to and be comfortable around are other criminals. Hence why he seems to love talking to Jeremiah Payne, which is, I don't remember the first part of his name, but I know it Last Days of Freedom. But that's the only reason they get along so well. They're like two peas in a pod. They're perfect for each other.
Okay, tell everybody hi. Say hi, everybody. If they're raising money to your toy and all their stuff in the motel, okay?
They're getting all your toys for you.
Thank you. It's my video now.
No, don't push no buttons.
No. So what do we say? Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye.
Oh my God. I have never seen anyone use their child like those two. They use that child for money constantly. When they need money, the child's talking in the background, saying really bad things like suck my D, F you. I mean, it's just whatever a 5-year-old should not say, this 5-year-old is saying. And then when you say anything to Jeremiah about it, his response is always the same. It's my child. I'll raise her how I want. Well, no, see, that's where you're going wrong. Is you are the one who is there with her. You're not raising her. Hell, Jeremiah doesn't even support his family financially. His subscribers take care of that family financially, not him. Okay, so that's basically the videos or the shorts I wanted to show in this Chille video. It's nothing more but a shit show for him when he goes out and records. So the least we could do as content creators is use the video and spice it up a little bit more with some education and entertainment. Because when you watch Chille's videos just on your own for no reason at all, you're not getting any educational value in it whatsoever. Pretty sad to say, actually. And then again, it is Chille. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. Take care, be safe, and I love each and every one of you.